Well, good afternoon, everybody. We're live, and I got the signs like we're taking off the carrier. Okay, yes, no, we're live. Hello, everybody, and good afternoon. This is our last live range time. Ooh, baby, it's been a long day. Yeah, and hot. I think we hit triple digits. You got a funny look? Are you waiting to see we have audio? What's going on?
Ignore me, just carry on.
Okay, she said carry on, we're good to go. Anyway, all right, guys, again, welcome to Airgun Expo 2024. We've got one more today. This one is about the Umarex Gauntlet 30 SL. Guys, all right, so this gun right here. I liked the original Gauntlet. I love the G2. If there's one thing that wasn't awesome, like completely awesome, it was the cocking system on all of those. The bolt was hard to work. You know, you get used to it. It's not like a deal breaker. The 30 cal was an awesome gun, 100 plus foot-pounds, just awesome. But it was, you know, you had to sort of work that bolt. Well, they've replaced that action with the side lever. And not only do they have it, we go back to what I was saying, on the original Gauntlet and the Gauntlet 2, it had the bolt. Now they've gone to the side lever. And the side lever gives you like super easy cocking, and they've done something with the 30. I don't know if it exists on the others. That was the point I was going to make, is that they've not only come out with the 30 and a side lever, but the 22 and 25 are now also available in the side lever, which is just, it makes this a great air gun. It's affordable. It's like around 500-ish plus or minus dollars. And again, in 30 cal, you're pushing over 100 foot-pounds. And it's accurate and fun to shoot and regulated with a big old bottle. It is just really, really a great air gun. So who is helping us cover the costs of this production today? Well, it's Umarex USA for sure. They've provided the Gauntlet. We have Hawke Optics here. This is a 624 Sidewinder. It's an older model. No, this is a newer model. This is a really, really nice scope. First focal plane, awesome. We have the Frontier laser rangefinder binoculars that we've been using, also very awesome. Up front here, we have the True Ballistics Crony. Now this thing, now that we've sort of figured out how to make it work like reliably, and that was on me, not them, get it up here, get it close to the muzzle, let it hear the gun, and it does a great job tracking your shots, even in the 177. So that's been really, really fun to work with. We are going to be pushing, I'm sure we're going to be well over 100 foot-pounds. I'm not going to be shooting slugs today. I'm going to save that for another video. In fact, I don't know if it's airing tomorrow. It might be one of our pre-recorded videos where we are going to be showing off this gun shooting slugs. We're just doing testing. I hadn't shot the side lever with slugs. I shot the original one with slugs, and man, loading was so hard. But now it's like butter. They've done so much inside here to make this better, and I'm not talking about like power-wise. It was always powerful. It was always accurate. But the loading system, just the ease of operation is so much better on the side lever. So I'm championing, yes, that word that my wife said, this gun, because it is really, really good. I happen to like the stock. I happen to like the cheek rest. I think they've done a great job with this. So enough of me yakking. Let's start shooting. Before we do that, please take a look at the rest of our sponsors. Let's go over to this camera here. I'm gonna sit down. Please take a look at the rest of our sponsors. It's not just one group or one person. There's a whole bunch of people, and we have a bunch of sponsors specifically for Airgun Expo, but if it wasn't for all of my sponsors at AirgunWeb or GTA, there's no way we'd be able to come out here and do this. This has been a lot of fun for me. Hopefully it's been educational and entertaining for you guys. Hope you guys have learned something. And hopefully you guys have found some airgun products that you didn't know existed that now you're saying, maybe I want to look at that, because that's why we're here, just to help you guys find some great air guns. Okay, so definitely AirgunWeb.com, gateway to airguns.org if you want to join the forum and be part of a great airgunning community, gateway-to-airguns.com if you want to watch all of our GTA content and check out all of our sponsors. And Airgun Army is a whole other thing we're going to be talking about tonight at the live, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be something, and we had some stuff happen with Facebook today or yesterday, and this makes this project even much more important, so definitely don't want to miss that. All right, let's get to some shooting. I've got the Crony is not on. I'll turn it on here in a minute. We're going to start with the 44-75s. Now,
shooting at the turkey?
Yes, I'm going to shoot at the turkey. I'm probably going to shoot at my target rock first.
Which one?
the one above the swingers, the one in the crater over there, at the turkey above, yeah, at the craters. Last time I was shooting this, I was shooting slugs at 30 yards. So I don't know what pellets are going to do at 50. So we're going to take a few shots. We are going to need to top off regularly with this. It is a nice big regulated bottle, but it does use a lot of air for each shot. And we will need to top it off. Now, one of the things really quickly, and one of our sponsors is Tuxing. They make compressors, not only for individuals, but if you're a company and want your own compressor to put your name on it, they have a whole division that can actually do the engineering and help you come up with something that you could actually sell under your own name. So Tuxing is more than just a consumer compressor company, so that's very cool. This gun takes 4,500 PSI, and I have a couple tanks over there that I filled up with that compressor before this segment. And if they're at 45 and I fill this gun one time, it actually won't get to 45. It'll get just under it, it'll get pretty doggone close, but every time I fill it after that, it will never get, it'll only ever equalize. So as the tanks go down from 45 to 44 to 43, whatever, this will only ever fill to what's in the tanks. Doesn't matter that those tanks are much bigger than that bottle. That doesn't matter. What matters is that pressure is going to equalize between the two. This takes 4,500 PSI. It's a perfect rifle that demonstrates why you may want a personal compressor. Now, Umarex has the Ready Air, Tuxing has theirs. I've been using the Vever compressor, JTS's compressor, GX compressors, GX pumps. A lot of personal compressors exist today. A lot of them are pretty doggone good if you use them within the parameters, right? So if I had took my GX pumps, regular, not the water cooled, regular compressor, and I tried to fill pony bottles, even pony bottles or those big carbon fiber bottles all the time, I'm gonna burn the doggone thing up. It's not meant for that. You need something like that if you're gonna consecutively fill air tanks. So get the right tool for the job. Something like this, if you're shooting casually, you're shooting a couple times a month or something like that, a little personal compressor, get the nicer ones, the ones that have the converter plugged in, or the GX with the water cooling, doesn't have the converter, but it's a really nice sturdy pump. Those are all good options. If you're gonna fill bottles, you need to go bigger. That's a whole nother video that we could talk about maybe later, or I've actually got some empty pre-rolls. I don't know that I'll get to do that this time around, but we'll get to it on the channel. Now, let's shoot the doggone thing. Okay,
You'll need to turn your Crony back on, right?
Crony's on. I've been watching it, okay? So, put the mag in the right side. I've been using a bunch of guns that load differently. Okay, target rocket, 50, hey? Get nice and comfy here. Oh, let's adjust our parallax. And let's not zoom in so far. Oh, that's a pretty rock. Ready?
1,028.
We're good to go.
Yeah, you hit the rock, right?
Yeah, I smacked the crap out of it.
We couldn't see it behind the pole.
Yeah, no, it's hit. So let's view shots. That's 105 foot-pounds, all right? And it's gonna do that until it falls off the rig. Let's move to the turkey. I cannot get over it. You're gonna hear me say this over and over and over and over, especially if you watch that slug video. It's so much nicer. The action is so much nicer. Feeding pellets is just, it's like it's effortless. It is so much better than the bolt action. All right, turkey time. Ready?
Yes, sir.
1,023.
Let's hit her again.
1,023.
That's the same hole, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It is really a good gun, and it's really affordable. I don't know how they're doing it, but it is awesome. I think we're gonna jump straight to 100, hon. I mean, why goof around at 50 when we could take it to 100? And right now conditions are pretty good, so let's take it out there. I'm gonna put the safety on because I'm gonna lean this over and adjust my Crony position. If you guys are curious as to the size of the targets I got, these are official NRA silhouette targets. So I don't know what that means. I just know when I bought them, that's what they were. So if that tells you how big they are or the size and helps you identify what we're doing, awesome. Okay, let me know when you're ready, hon.
I'm ready.
Awesome. You are getting better on that that whole camera moving thing for the target. You said it was going to take all week. You're like day 2 and you're on it. It's awesome. Okay. Center mass on the ram. You guys ready? What do you think our holdover is going to be? I'm going to do 1 mil, and I think it's too much. Oh, not enough. I take that back. 2 mils. Nope. 2.5. There it is.
1,019.
2.5. 1, 2. Darn it. I didn't realize there were different hashes. Okay, 1. I bet you it's this one. Yeah.
1,000.
Okay, so yeah, it's actually 1.5 mils. And we're out. So we shot 7 shots, and our results were 1,028, 1,023, 1,023, 1,020, 1,021, 1,019, 1,020, and that is an extreme spread of 9. This is a big bore gun pushing 100 foot-pounds. All of those were over 100. 105, 103, 103, 103, 103, 103, 104, 104, 105. I mean, I don't remember the retail on this, but it's around 500 bucks or less. And it's beastly.
One of our sponsors is watching,
Awesome.
Nate Crony.
All right. Hey, Nate. All right. So I'm going to try, I'm going to go over to the little green round target, Sue.
I beg your pardon?
Down
The
there.
blue round targets?
These little green round targets, yeah. And we're at 1.5 mils. So this is, okay, so let me get used to the scope here. All right, so it's got 1/4 mil hashes, or 1/4 mil. So it's like little mark, bigger mark, little mark, bigger mark, little mark, bigger mark, little mark, bigger mark. So it's, yeah, 1.5 mils. That's what we're going with. The large disc down there, you ready?
Yes. Nice.
1,015.
Pushing a little left. Pushing a lot left.
17. 1,021. 1,023. 1,031. 1,026.
Why does it sometimes sound different?
The gun or the impact?
The gun.
Could be a change in pressure.
Ah.
Really shouldn't be that big of a deal because it's regulated and we're really not seeing a huge drop. We've had like the lowest was 115, or excuse me, 1,015, 115. So even at 1,015, we're at 102 foot-pounds. We're back up to 104.7. It's still on the reg. So I think we'll, after 2 mags, we'll top it off and then shoot 2 mags, top it off, 2 mags, top it off. We should be able to stay on the reg that way. You can go to a 3rd mag, and that's where I think at the end of that, you start maybe falling off the reg. So I think it's like 19 or so shots is when my gun falls off the reg. I want to put another one on that disc, I hope. Ready?
Yeah.
No, to the left of it.
1,017.
Is that it? Yeah, okay. All right, so we're definitely still in the reg. Right now we're sitting at 3,000 PSI, which is, I think it's reg to 2,900. So we're gonna go ahead and top this off. All right. Now across 2 mags, let's see what we got for our results. 16 feet per second with a 4.2 foot per second spread. Crony's telling me that my one one MOA hit probability is 42%. So a little more consistency would be better, but we're talking about 30 cal here. The fact that they're getting this kind of consistency out of this gun at this price point is still some voodoo stuff going on, man. I don't know how they're doing it. It's really, really good. All right, so down there we have a hostage target, and it's like the bad guy is behind the hostage head, and you're supposed to hit it and it'll swing around. This is 100 yards. That target is about the size of the Coke can bottle. So if you wanted to see like what your air gun could do, go to some place, put up 100 yards, put your Coke can, lay it sideways, shoot the butt end of it, and see if you can put a pellet in it. Now, don't do 100 feet, and don't, you know, to guess. Actually get your rangefinders out, or get your tape, and no cheating, and look down range and see what you got. I can look down range and see that that target is exactly, turn it on. That's exactly 99.8 yards. We'll call it 100. Margin of error. These are gorgeous pieces of equipment, by the way. These are those Frontier LRF binoculars. Okay, so I am at 1.5 mils, and I think I loaded it and I just double fed. Okay. Yep, all right, so let's just take a shot. Okay, so I'll put the mag back in a second here. Ready to go?
Yes.
1.5 mils, wind's coming up. There it is.
1,000.
I should stop. I should just stop right there. And fortunately, if that was a real situation, which pray to God never have to deal with, I could. That was, yeah, there you go. I mean.
Are you stopping?
No, I'm not going to stop.
You said I should.
I might switch over to the quadrant target or something, because I don't know that I want to ruin that awesomeness. That was too cool to try to ruin that. So let's go over the quadrant target and let's see what kind of consistency we can get. We got some wind coming up, so, but that was awesome.
Go ahead, you're ready.
I mean, that hit with some authority too down there. Okay, are we on the quadrant target?
You are.
Okay, so this is a great little target if you want to see where your gun's hitting. So I know I'm a little bit right. So I'm going to put my 1.5 mil on the right edge of the target and see where we're hitting. Low.
1,018.
Just
It looks like you hit right at the top
just
of the
so close.
right quadrant.
The center of that will spin, and it's a 1-inch target.
1,020.
Okay, I'm like right on it, right? So it's like a hair higher.
Wind's
Gosh,
blowing
that's pretty.
right.
Wind's blowing to the right. We're
Now
straight
to
back.
the left.
It's swirling. Great.
Yeah, it is.
It's variable. We love variable wind here. It's like makes things a challenge. Let push a little to the left.
17.
Almost bullseye, right under it.
Yeah.
$1,019.
Oh, I clipped the edge.
20. $1,027. $1,022.
I think I would almost go ahead and just move the scope at this point, because or adjust. If I knew I was going to shoot at 100, I'd just adjust for it. But that's a 4-inch target, and I'm moving around a bit. So if I was holding dead still, I think we're looking at like, what, 1.5 inch, 2-inch group at 100 yards.
That's really good.
That's excellent. I mean, I know everybody wants sub MOA, and hey, I get it. You know, I'd like to go to the Olympics too, but you know, hey, I think if only thing I could do at the Olympics might be curling, and I don't think I have the stamina for that.
Might be
but
what?
Curling, you know, the whole,
Oh.
like the little thing with the little broomy thing. I'd run out of. I'd make it at one way down, and I'd need to call a medevac. I'm pretty sure. No, in all seriousness, I would love to do. And location does matter because out here I think it's tougher given the wind conditions and stuff. But I would love to have like some folks come here, especially the guys that make all the comments online about how they have a brake barrel that shoots, you know, dime groups at 100 yards and I maybe 100 inches. I don't know. I mean, maybe once out of 1,000 shot groups, maybe I would love to have them come and actually do it here. Hey, maybe if they can, they'll teach me something, and then I'll learn how to do it. But sub MOA is hard. If everybody could do it, man, everybody would be like on the competition circuit. It's hard, hard, hard. So when I have a gun that doesn't take a lot of effort or energy to shoot 2 MOA or 1.5 MOA reliably and regularly, makes me happy. And when that gun is $500-ish, come on, man. And that is just awesome. Let's go ahead. We're going to drive this last mag home here. And I'm going to go for the, I really want to hit that spinner. Let's see if I can do it, Sue.
The quadrant again?
Quadrant again, yep. And I think I'm going to just try to be more aggressive aiming high.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
1,033.
It wasn't a perfect hit, but it was on it.
We don't care. The blue thing spun around.
Yep.
$1,019. $1,008.
You like that quadrant?
I know. I like that one side, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
$900.
We just fell off the rig. Like I said, I told you. We're into the third mag now. This gun gets 19 shots. You're done. You're off. You fall off the rig. We'll go ahead and finish this out. You guys can see how it drops. It doesn't really doesn't affect the point of impact too much, but at 100 yards it does. I'm having to hold over just a fraction more.
$989.
It's dropping hard now. You guys can hear it.
900.
I think we're out.
57.
Yep, we're done. Okay, I think you guys get the point. I really like this air gun. This is another one that doesn't go back in the box. This is one that sits on the wall. And ideally for me, I'm gonna run Hades in this thing. Or actually, I'll probably run slugs once I figure out the best slug. And that video is coming tomorrow. So if you guys wanna see that, I'll tell you a little spoiler. I shot 8 some odd different slugs or something like that. And usually I shoot at 30 yards because they don't shoot well at 30, they're not gonna shoot well at 50, and I wanna actually get an idea of what slugs could possibly be better, so I'll scooch things in a little bit while I'm doing my testing. Excuse me. And we came to the conclusion that we're gonna have to back up to get any sort of real difference. Now there were a couple that weren't as good as some, but there were several that we were just doing 3-shot groups, just all clustered into one little clover. So that's impressive. So we're gonna have to find out what can really stretch. But if we find something that's doing, like, I think we topped out, we had one go real high. Let's see what we hit. Actually, I can just get off the screen. Our high was 1036. I don't know what that was for energy. Let's see. 106 foot-pounds. I know with slugs we're doing, some of them can do close to 120. So 120 foot-pounds is very close to a 22 long rifle. But this, much bigger, much fatter, much heavier. I mean, we're pushing, I think that's like a 50 grainer doing 120 foot-pounds is a freight train and a half hitting whatever you're shooting at. This, I think, could be my coyote gun all day long. Just, it's regulated, it's consistent, plenty of power. It's got a little, it's barky, it's a little loud, but I could put a moderator on it if I wanted to. Put an ATN on this and we're good to go. Get the ATN with the laser rangefinder built in, with the ballistic calculator, do the whole 9 yards, get this set up, and you got one heck of a coyote gun. So that's what I've always planned, had always planned for my 30 cal G2. Now with the side lever, even more so. It's just really, really good and fun to shoot. Guys, that's gonna be it. If you wanna know more about anything you saw on the table here, or anything we've talked about, could be tanks, now Tuxing does tanks, or the compressors, whether it's personal, prosumer, hobbyist, enthusiast compressors, or full-on commercial, professional ones, they've got you covered there if that's something you're interested in or looking for. If you need bottles, they got those. Hawke Optics, this is a gorgeous scope. 6-24 first focal plane Sidewinder, just really, really, really fun to look through. We've got the Pro Chrono Digital, excuse me, I said it wrong again. We've got the ballistic, we got the True Ballistics chronograph. My other cronies are Pro Chrono Digital. No, we've got the True Ballistics chronograph with the awesome app. It's radar. It gives us some great numbers, gives us some great data, tells us not only what we're doing here, but it tells me that my speed at 100 yards is 732. It'll give me my ballistic coefficient, tell me on my app what my holdover and everything is supposed to be based on what I tell it my zero is and my height, scope height and all that. It'll do all that math for you right in the app. Man, that's cool. I don't have to go back to my computer and run Chairgun or something to try and figure that out, which is now end of life and you can't get it anymore. But it's right built into the app and the Crony. So cool. Yeah, we got some awesome pellets we're shooting from Predator Pellets, Predator International. All of this stuff you guys are interested in or maybe interested in. If you see it, you like it, I want to know more, click the logo on the website. It'll jump you right to their showcase page and you can reach out to them right there on the page. Now, we had somebody watching, Nate. I don't know if Nate's still watching?
I'm not sure. He could be.
Well, Nate was watching. Nate's in Australia, and we're going to have him hopefully up on the show probably later this week. And he's got a cool chronograph we're going to be talking about that screws to the front, like screws in 1/2 UNF, and you shoot through it, and it gives you your data that way. I'm like pumped to see what that's going to look like, primarily because it's super affordable. So, we're going to show a little bit of everything. This week, we've got air guns that are a couple $100. We've got air guns that are over a couple $1,000. We got a chronograph here that's, it's $900. And if you're a hobbyist and an enthusiast and you're really into the data, that's a great piece of equipment, man. You cannot go wrong with that. I absolutely love it. But hey, we also have other options for folks that can't afford that. So that's really cool. Airgunning's a great sport. It's a great industry. If you guys are interested in learning more about it, man, I've got 16, almost 1,700 videos on my Vimeo page, a bunch on my, I don't know how many we have on our YouTube page, a lot. But if you want to see any of that stuff, links to all of our content will be down in the video description. We got a nice Dust Devil out there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Fortunately, it missed us. It's going behind our range. And it's still there.
Yeah, it's dissolving.
It's going translucent. Yeah, we're about to, actually today has not been bad. Yesterday was windier, I think. Anyway, but yeah, if you want to know more about our stuff, watch our stuff, links are all in the video description. I know I'm dragging this ending out because I want to make sure I thank everybody that's helped us do this. You guys see them. Go to our websites, all the links are there. I want to say thank you again to everybody. Thank you to you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, see ya.